Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, May 24th. Birds are out, ready to go. Long ass week, but we finally made it. You hear that? Nice day out too. All right. Anyway, today we'll cover the trades for YieldMax funds, NVDY, TSLY, CONY, and MSTY. Okay. So thanks again, guys, for killing it with the likes. So the day prior, just to update, we're at 796. That's pretty much going to be it though, because unfortunately my videos are good for a few days, and then people really have no use for it, especially when I pop up the newer video. So they want to be more current. So that's obviously one of the problems with doing the content like mine. Yesterday's video got 619, but going forward, we are only going to strive for 1,000 views minimum on each video. So that's the new goal, and we're gonna set it, and we're hopefully gonna hit it. So maybe I'll bug you guys until we hit 1,000. Maybe I won't, but that's the goal, and that'll be the end of it. All right, 1,000 minimum likes per video. So if you guys enjoy this content, as always, please hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. All right, let's move on. I always like to do a periodic update to see which funds, of course, what the heck is that doing on the screen? All right, it went away. We know which fund is the biggest YieldMax fund, right? This is from stockanalysis.com. So TSLY is still number one. CONY is about to pass it very soon. NVDY is right behind CONY. So those are the big three right there. YieldMax is number 4, and then MSTY. All right, Ulti's actually doing pretty good, not too bad itself. And then AMD's right behind. Then if you go to the bottom though, who's the worst? Well, we can't count the gold miners one. They didn't really launch yet. They don't even have a number. So Crush is the worst, but that's also pretty new. And then they have YBit, which is also pretty new. And then Disso. Disso's been around, so Disso, I guess, is the worst, we'll say. I'm guessing YBit will pass Disso, and it's only a matter of time. I'm not sure about Crush and how people feel about it, but it may take a while for that one to get moving. So yeah, I just wanted to share, what some of the larger funds were from stockanalysis.com. So quick update, news update. What does it say? Dow falls out of bed. Why stocks were vulnerable to a pullback after new highs. Yeah, it did. The stock market did take a dump late yesterday, which is kind of weird, but I'm not going to read it. I don't have time for that. And I still don't know why it dumped. But anyway, let's get to the trades. That's why you're here, and that's why you hit the like button for me. So I'll do my my damnedest. All right, NVDY. Look at this. Oh my God. What is this? So when you see something like this, you can pretty much guess that it's either the Saturday, the Friday night, the trades where they close out all the weeklies and then they make positions for the following week. But since it was Thursday, you're going to guess it's the synthetic, and you'll guess right. So they decided to close out their synthetic position. Not only that, but they closed out their weekly positions. So they did it all at the same time, I guess to avoid too much damage, because the weekly calls were getting destroyed. So they decided, all right, let's cut the bleeding off while it's still, I don't know when they did it, if they did it early in the day or not. I didn't check that. And yes, there is a way to check that, but who the hell has time for that? But regardless, they closed out their positions yesterday on the weekly calls. Those are the BCs right in the bottom, see the top 4 in the bottom. BC, they closed out the calls and they created new calls for next week that expire May 31st. Top 4 trades, though, that's the synthetic. They closed in 900 synthetic and they made a 1,040 synthetic, okay? Why did they do that? Well, basically because they lost their shirts on the weekly calls. So first, let's look at the synthetic. So the synthetic 900, that was expiring July 19th, right? To be left alone, at least until further notice. But, they had to use it. It's like an emergency fund right here. And they got $85 million for closing that baby out. Why? Well, because the buy call was very, very valuable since the buy call strike was $900. So The sell put to close that, they had to buy to close that put, 5.7 million. That was essentially nothing. So that's why they made $85 million on this synthetic position, okay? Which is great. In the end, this synthetic, it netted 79 million. Okay, that's great. Synthetic 1040, this is the new one. By the way, they closed out this position, 5,190 contracts, and the new synthetic has 4,950. So people seem to be selling out. So anyway, this new synthetic position, this cost them 12.6 million to start the position. And this is where, they'll be at now, the $1,040. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know where NVIDIA was priced when they opened this position, but clearly it was under the 1,040 price. That's why the buy call was much more expensive than the sell put. So that 12 million had to net against the profit we made from the 85 million, okay? So in the end, synthetic wise, it's okay. We made money. We made a lot of money. Now let's look at the ugly part, all right? The disgustingly ugly part. Yesterday, as expected, NVIDIA blew up, all right? NVIDIA had earnings, and typically when there's earnings can go great, earnings can go terrible, earnings can go okay, but you just don't know. You kind of leave a cushion for that. So NVIDIA went up 9.32%. NVIDY only went up 3.67%. Why is that? Why is NVIDY not moving? Why is NVIDIA getting all these gains and NVIDY is not moving? Not one bit. I mean, like a third? A little more than a third? Like, why? Well, because their calls were tight. When their calls were tight and when the calls get capped, that call comes more expensive to close and more expensive to close, pushing down the value, the net asset value of the fund. All right, when you sell calls and the stock goes up, that's not good, especially if it goes over your strike price. So that's what happened. That's why we cannot capture all of the gains that NVIDIA got. So we mentioned before, they closed out their positions. So what was the true damage, okay? Here it is. For the 950, right? This was the position they opened on May 15th, which happened to be, I don't even know when that was. That was way, way early. But that expiration, it was from the week prior, midweek prior. I think it was the Wednesday from the week prior. They opened a position, 2,500 contracts, about half of the contracts, 950 strike. At the time, they said, it's a good idea to go 0.39% out of the money. That's a great idea. That's what they said. And here they are. They're paying $105.28 per share to close it. Keep in mind, they only got $44.65 to open it. So if NVIDIA earnings went awful and it tanked, they'd look like geniuses. But since NVIDIA earnings went fantastic, they look like morons. It's because this position is now 8.48% in the money, which we don't have to talk about that. We now know they closed it. So how much did they pay to close it? Well, they paid $26.3 million. That's a net loss of $15.1 million for that trade alone. That's an annualized yield of negative 259%. Obviously not ideal. Okay, let's look at the other one. 2,690 contracts. This is the one I think they did on the Friday, right? So they chose 975. They said, all right, let's go 5.43% out of the money, through earnings. We'll be okay, right? No, they had to pay $81.17 to close that. This was a trade, they only got $28.73. So what did they have to pay to close in, cash-wise? $21.8 million. So that was a loss of $14.1 million. So all in all, this is a $29.2 million mistake, right? In the end, that's how much they lost. I mean, you really could say it's a $48 million mistake because that's how much they had to pay to close it. But again, we didn't know how high NVIDIA was going to go. But you would think a stock like NVIDIA, the tear that they have been having, the success that they've been having, the volatility of this one, like you think they go double digits at a minimum, but since they didn't, they're paying the price. Okay, so they paid again $48 million. Okay, $48 million. Well, we got synthetic money, didn't we? How much did we get? We got 79. No, I'm sorry. We got 85 and net what? So that's 73 million. Okay. So we got 73 million from the synthetic, but we have to take out, what do we say? 48 million. Okay. So, what is it? 25 million about gains, which again, it's still gains, but it would have been more. It would have been more had they just taken some precaution knowing it's earnings, and they didn't. And I'm just, it's more, I don't know if I'm done being aggravated. It's just upsetting to see this yesterday because we would have been sitting here and NVIDIA would have been at like $30 and it's not. And it's just like a dumb move. I hope, if anything, I hope they learned from this experience. All right, let's talk about the new positions. They open new positions into next week, which expires May 31st, so 6 trading days. Oh, no, wait. 5 trading days. Monday should be a holiday. I believe the stock market is closed for Memorial Day. So 2,500 contracts. They chose a 1080 strike. That's 4.05% out of the money. And then they have 2,450 contracts, 1,085 strike, 4.53% out of the money. So this is for 5 trading days immediately after earnings. And immediately after earnings with a jump like that, of course, it could go down, right? It could go down a decent amount. But at the same time, if you think that, then why are you closing out these positions? Let them go down a little, right? Let the maybe we could say it was a little overbought yesterday, so maybe it'll be a little sell-off today. Plus the time value and the premium will go down. So maybe we could have saved money and, I'm fine with the, synthetic, right? You want to make money on the synthetic, fine. But maybe close out these today. I don't know. That was just my thought as soon as I saw it. Yeah, but I don't like 4% out of the money, especially, they got balls, man. 4% out of the money after a week that they just had. 10 for 1 split coming up. We'll see. Anyway, don't be like TSLY here, guys. But outstanding shares, no change. What do we got here, though? 30-day IV, 39%. All right, it's going to chill out now because earnings is over. Outstanding shares, 18.4 million. Total income from the weekly calls is a loss, $22 million loss. So we're not going to get into the details of what that estimates to per share because obviously it's in the negative. Reaction, I thought about an emoji, face emoji, and I couldn't find one that fit the mold. So for the rest of the week, they're just going to get the poop emoji. That's it. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. You get poop, all right? Poop, and more poop. I'm not happy with that trade. I know people are going to say, shut up, let them do their job. They're the experts. But what's the point if I can't give my opinion? That's the whole point of this video, right? Obviously, I'm giving you some numbers. And at the same time, I'm having fun just giving my thoughts. Anyway, synthetic income, 59 million. That's nice. That's very nice. Short call income, 22 million. That's not nice. Net income is 37.8 million. Okay. So total net income per share is $2.06. We're not going to look at short call income because again, that's a loss, and we can't look at the estimate because it's at a loss. So we're looking at 206 per share as of right now. Again, that includes everything, right? It includes the damage that was done. So yes, the synthetic saved us because the synthetic had a buy call that was priced at 900. So obviously the value of that was much more than the loss on the sell call, which was at 950 and 9 whatever. So yeah, we're at 206. Could have been much, much more though, had they played played it right. But whatever, we'll probably still get over $1 when all's said and done. All right, let's look at the outstanding holdings. Again, they have 2 calls going into next week, and now a new synthetic position that expires July 19th. So same expiration, so we don't really need to even go through much more than that. The net asset value is $519 million. The NAV is $28.20, and the trade price is $27.99. Wait, that is a big disparity. Wow, something's not right, but that's what it says. Maybe we got a discount. All right. Who else had a trade? I think MSTY had a trade. So if we scroll across, yes, here we are, MSTY. Typical boring trade: buy call, sell put, sell call. Okay. Are we? What do we think? So basically, they added 10 contracts, right? That means more people bought into the fund, so they used that money to add to the synthetic, and then it created weekly calls. All right, let's see what it looks like though. Birds got quiet. I want to go for a jog if I can this morning. We shall see. All right, this synthetic position, 1540. So they added 10 contracts, and it cost them $275,000 for the call, $200,000 for the put. So just by looking at this alone, right? If the call is that much more than the put, that means they're priced above the strike price of the synthetic, right? So if you look here, MSTR is priced at 1544. The synthetic is at 1540. So that's why we had to pay a little more for the buy call, because obviously we're already ahead of the game. The buy call has a value because the buy call is, again, it's, the stock is priced above the strike of that buy call. So it's worth money right away. So obviously that's why you're paying more. So anyway, enough about this synthetic. It expires July 19th, 57 days away. So let's get into the May tab and see how MSTR did yesterday. MSTR did not do that well. It went down by 6.25%. MSTY went down by 5.55%. Still at $32. All right, so they did a trade, right? They did 10 contracts. 1,740 strike. That's 12.69% out of the money. Beautiful. 5 trading days. Okay, we'll take that. Again, they can blast through that easily because it's MSTR and it's crypto. It's a wild, wild west here. But what else we got? We got one other position, by the way, that expires today. 885 contracts, 1830 strike, and that currently sits 18% out of the money. I'm confident enough to say this one is safe. This one will be profitable. Okay? If I'm wrong, then stop watching me. All right. Outstanding shares. What do we got? It went up 50,000. It's okay. Even the birds are tired of hearing me talk. They flew to the next tree. 30-day IV, 91%. Outstanding shares, 4.4 million. Total net income, 17.6 million loss. So, we knew this already. But MSTY, just like now NVDY, they're making their money this month from the synthetic because their calls got blown through. I'm not going to blame as much on the fund manager as I do NVDY, but there's, again, it's a learning experience, so let's not go crazy. MSTY fund manager, still a happy man, right? Because their calls are safe for this week. All right, so what do we got? We got synthetic income, like we said, 35 million. Short call loss, 17 million. Net income, 18 million. All right, total income per share, 410. So I can't give the estimate because, again, the weekly calls are in the, in the pooper. So we're looking at 410 per share. I'm going to give an estimate of around $2 so far. All right, outstanding holdings. I'm not going to go through them. Oh, I didn't highlight. I know I didn't finish something on the spreadsheet, but yeah, in blue should be the weekly calls, and then in orange should be the buy call, and then in pink at the top, that's the sell put. So get familiar with those if you ever care. Obviously, you want the orange to be greater than the pink, and we knew it was, right? Because that's why we had to pay a little more for the buy call. All right, net asset value is 142 million. The NAV is 32.44, and the trade price is 32.48. So no discount here. All right, let's go to the other crypto, CONY. CONY. All right, no change, no trades, no nothing. They got their synthetic 220, and they're actually now below their synthetic of 220. Okay, so how'd they do yesterday? Well, let's just say, oh, what the hell was that? That's the CONY gods, all right? They have showed up. They said, you know what? You need a save. I got you. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. So coin went down 5.46%. CONY went down 1.72%. Look at that. It only went down 1.72%. Look at that. I know people say, oh, it takes all the downside, right? These funds take all the downside. Well, this is an example. It does not. It does not, okay? They sell calls, bearish play. So if the underlying goes down, their calls cost less and less and less to close, which helps their net asset value. And that's why we don't go down as much as the underlying. All right, anyway, let's see what we got here. So I don't know if you guys remember yesterday's video, but it was not looking good, right? I don't even know what the emoji was. It could have been, I think he was sick. I think the CONY fund manager was calling out sick all week. I can tell you he is coming in today. It's Friday, before the long weekend. They probably got a half day for all we know, right? But he's a happy man. What kind of bird was that? It's weird. All right, so let's look at the largest position first. 22,430 contracts, 222.50 strike. Look at that, out of the money again. Again, I know it's tight still, but from where we were yesterday, 1.66% out of the money. Beautiful thing. Yes, the 300 contracts still in the money, 215 strike. Break even though is 218. So if that one could break even, again, coin is priced at 218. So if coin stays flat today, guess what, guys? We win. The other piece is 430 contracts, 230 strike. That one's still 5% out of the money. So I know it's hard for coin to stay flat, but if it stays flat or goes down, guys, it's going to be a winning week. And you got to love it, man. What a comeback. Outstanding shares. Let's see. Nothing there. All right, so let me explain. Some people get confused, like what's on the top here in blue. So real quick summary. So I have the price of CONY. That's locked in. That's a formula. That's a Google Finance formula. And then I have the price of coin, again, locked in, Google Finance formula. But it's as of the close. It doesn't do post, pre-market, after hours, etc. 30-day IV, obviously this is just the average implied volatility over the past 30 days, and that reflects 71%. This is the outstanding shares. This is as of today, okay? As of the close yesterday, which will show under the outstanding holdings as of today. This is not pulled from the website because, believe it or not, the website is not always updated. It's pulled from the actual holdings. All right, income. So this is the total income that I'm including, which, it starts from declaration date, okay? It starts from the declaration date. Why? Because I count declaration date from the prior month to this month because, again, they announce it that morning. So I'm assuming they're not including any income that they make from that declaration date. So that's where we start on that date. So starting that date up until today, this is the total net income that they have made from the weekly calls, okay? Hopefully that made sense. What is distribution? I mean, it's pretty simple. It's how much was made per share, okay? So you take total income and then you divide outstanding shares, and basically it's 90 cents per share. So that's how much each shareholder can say that they have made so far this month. Daily income, so I take the 90, I divide by how many days. Did I do weekend? I may have screwed up the freaking weekends again. But I'm supposed to be including weekends. See, I always think of things too late. But I'm supposed to take the distribution amount and divide by the total number of days that have passed for the month, which yes, it has to include weekends, which I don't believe I did. Crap. But again, I'll fix it. But either way, we're showing 5 cents a day. The daily yield, it takes how much, basically, how much are you yielding per day based on the price of the ETF. So it's 0.21%. Multiply that 0.21% by 365, and that's your annualized yield, 75%. Okay, so that's your cumulative, Danny Drives. That's your cumulative, big word there, right? Average yield. Okay. Anyway, here we go. This stupid emoji is the best I could do, guys. I'm sorry, but these are the gods, right? They didn't have a god emoji, probably because it would offend someone, I'm guessing. So I had to it was either this cloud or the fart cloud. So I had to go a little, little wiser maybe and choose just the normal cloud. But the fart cloud I think it's obvious it's a fart cloud. This is just the cloud where the gods are. The CONY gods, we have to thank them. Thank you, CONY gods. Hopefully you stay with us today. But we thank you, CONY gods, under that cloud. Anyway, here we go. Let's move on. Synthetic income, there is none. It's a loss, 81 million. We knew that. So we're just going to talk short call income, 20.6 million. It's 90 cents a share. Again, this estimate may be a little off because I did not add weekends, but we're at 147, which is a 77% yield. Okay, outstanding holdings. Again, we got one trading day, so big time here. You see the one that's in the money, 718, very expensive, but again, it's only 250,000. But we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. Like I said, we need coin to stay flat or go down. Net asset value of CONY is 524 million. The NAV is 2284. Trade price is right on the money, 2284. Okay. Last but not least, TSLY. Everyone's favorite fund. It's either their favorite fund to buy, hold, and hope it recovers, or it's all the haters' favorite fund to knock and make fun of and say YieldMax funds suck. So it's a very popular fund. But either way, 180 synthetic, 175 synthetic. Not going to talk about them. They expired July 19th. Okay. So they did not have trades either. So how did Tesla do yesterday? Tesla, like everyone else, took a little crap. It went down 3.54%. TSLY went down 2.94%. That's a pretty decent amount. But again, it didn't go down as much as the underlying. So how are their trades doing? TSLY has been out of the spotlight, and that's a good thing. So let's see. Well, guess what? Tesla went down, and they were in kind of a little danger the day before, but now they're not. 32,000. This is their largest position, obviously. 32,000 contracts, 185 strike, 6.48% out of the money. One trading day. I think we got it. Come on, guys. 6,690 contracts, 180 strike, 3.6% out of the money. We got that? Maybe. We'll see. It's Friday. You never know. It's going to be a long weekend. Maybe people want to get some last-minute buys in or last-minute sells in. Who the hell knows? All right. Reaction. TSLY fund manager making a smirk. He's happy. He's like, finally, everyone else is getting the bad publicity. I don't have to worry about it. I'm doing well. Everyone can just leave me the hell alone. The TSLY fund manager has heard enough shit. He's like, just go away. All right, what do we got for the payment? Well, we got no synthetic still. We got short call income, though, of 8.6 million. What does that come to? It comes to 19 cents a share. Wow, now we're talking. Don't be too cocky, TSLY fund manager. Our estimate, even worse, 32 cents. 25% yield. Again, we know they're not going to yield that, but that's what at least it's reflecting that they earned. Here's in blue the trades, so they could close out these early. Like if they think it's going to get green for the day, they could go close out the 8 cents per share. Close it out bright and early, and then wait to the end of the day after the green is done, and then sell the calls for next week. That's what I would do, but who the hell am I, right? The 180, 26 cents. I don't know. That's a little more expensive, but we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. Anyway, what do we got? The net asset value 662.7 million. The NAV is 1485 and the trade price is 1486. Okay. What do we got? The hell am I doing? All right, so yeah, that's the last fund. I almost lost my train of thought for a second, which is very easy to happen. For those of you that do YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. So let's go through the pre-market. And by the way, this is as of 5:35 a.m. Tesla is green. Okay, it's allowed to be green. We're fine with that. It's up 0.37%. TSLY, it's up 0.2%. NVDY, could more green happen? Closing out the weekly calls may look like a good idea now. TSLY fund manager getting on our good graces, maybe. Maybe not. NVIDIA up 0.42%, 1,042. NVDY, no movement. It's just stuck at 0% movement, 27.99 price. Coin is up 0.8%. It's at 220. Remember what we need for coin. Flat or down. 0.8% won't kill us probably. All right, CONY it's up 1.44%. I love it. Thank you, CONY. It's at 23.17. MicroStrategy, MSTR, is up 0.16%. It's at 1546. MSTY is at 1358. It's up 0.31%, but it's not highlighted. That's a little weird. Maybe, I don't know. All right, TSLL, why do we show this? Well, that's because your boy Retire on Dividends does his own little options on the side, and he wants to see, okay? And guess what, guys? There's a lot of other people that listen. Either they listen or they're in the Discord, one or the other or both. But they also do options on TSLL. So they may be interested, even though some of you are not. But it's up 0.41%. This will do double whatever Tesla's doing. So again, if it's green, I'm okay if it's green or red today. I'll explain that over the weekend on my options trading summary. So stay tuned for that. I do that every Saturday. So that's the summary. That's it, right? That's everything. So hopefully, just a reminder, if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And by the way, I'm going to be even more annoying. I'm going to make the keyword, which by the way, I make a keyword every video at the end of the video. And this shows you that you made it at this far, you know, because it's hard to imagine that people would make it through my entire video, right? So for the people who want to prove it via comment, all they do is they post a comment to this video saying the keyword. Today's keyword is 1,000 likes. You know why? Because I may just hit 1,000 likes on this video with the help of, you know, the peoples, right? The people who want to retire on dividends, the people who love high yielders, the people who want to hear me yap, the people who want to hear me complain, the people who for some reason listen to a YouTube channel that makes videos in a garage on a phone. These people will give me 1,000 likes on this video. Maybe not. Anyway, so that's the keyword. The keyword is 1,000 likes. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. I know the people in the chat are entertaining themselves. That's for sure. And I always appreciate every single one of them. I'm not going to name all you guys, but you know who you are. You're in the chat. And by the way, for the people that want to keep the chat going, we have a Discord. So feel free to jump over to the Discord. I will one day when I'm off of work, I will create a live stream right after the video so we could continue the discussion. So I'm thinking about something like that. The problem is it's really early. So it depends if my house is awake or not. Maybe I don't know. I'll think about something. I could bring the laptop and, you know, I have a laptop now. I could bring it into the garage for that and go live. That would be funny, actually. That would be really funny. I'll put a little, another chair up. I don't know, an idea for later when I have the time. All right, guys. Again, thank you for watching. It's Friday, long weekend. Hopefully everyone's off the Monday. But obviously I'll make another video tomorrow, which will cover all the closeouts for the week. We'll see how it goes. I hope we win all of them. Not just these 4, every single YieldMax fund. And I'm sorry I can't cover them all. I can't. Maybe one day when I'm retired on dividends, I will do that. Seriously, if the YieldMax is around when I can retire, I'll probably do that. Or if I get enough likes and views and whatever, maybe I could retire even earlier. But YouTube, maybe they'll give a raise this year, inflation raise. That would be nice. All right, guys, I think that's all I got for today. I think I covered everything. But again, I always forget something. But again, thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. And have a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.